Hey everyone, please check out my Patreon page. I'm sure you'll enjoy it, and there's a lot of nice prizes that are given monthly. Morning, guys, and girls, and ladies, and gentlemen. If this looks familiar, it should, because it's the setup I had the last time we did this that didn't have a really good result. A couple big differences. I'm going to do this different. It's already got parting powder in it. There's going to be two coins again. This one it says Chuck General's YouTube, and it's much bigger. This is a 44 millimeter. This is the one that we used last time. It says CNS Mining. This is a 39 millimeter, kind of like a silver round. So anyhow, we're going to use those, and if you'll notice, this one is upside down from what it was last time, but not to worry, that won't be a problem, because we're going to do this different. I got a few new tools here. Let me show you a couple of these while we're looking. These two knives, if you remember the last video, I said, well, I could use some painting knives, and these are two of my wife's painting knives when she was doing oils and acrylics and whatnot painting, and she has literally hundreds of blades and brushes and stuff. So she gave me these so I can use these to work this pretzel on and make my little grooves better and cleaner and much easier than using the end of a tweezer. So that's one. The other is this. If you look, it's about a 7-inch piece of 1/2-inch EMT conduit. What we're going to do with this is, instead of using this to pour, we're going to have a hole like this in the Petrobond, and we're going to pour right into the Petrobond and let it flow to both sides. That's my plan anyhow, and not use this groove here that caused me the grief the last time. That's the new plan. So let me get started here and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I got the lower flask in. What we're going to do different this time, let me get my roller out here. And by the way, if you can't find a nice piece of pipe like this to roll your flask and get that Petrobond down flat, you can always go to a dollar store and get you a rolling pin. I've seen a few guys use those, and they work well. And I'm just doing this because that's what I had, and I didn't have a rolling pin that anybody wanted to give me. So, and like I said, we're not going to use this up here. So what we're going to do here is take the new coin, and we're going to put him like right about there. Take the other one and put him about right there. I'm going to push these down about halfway in. And this is how I was shown to do it before I tried to improvise last time. So then what we do, let's do it this way. We'll put a little bit more powder on here. This is my parting powder. That wasn't quite enough that time. I think you can have too much, but I'd rather have a little bit too much than a whole bunch not enough. And besides that, it's baby powder, so it smells good. Okay, so there's that half. So now we're going to go this way. And I'll be right back in just a short. Alright guys, so I already started without you. And I see I'm leaning here a little bit. And this really doesn't matter, but we're going to tamp this down here. And we'll pull this out. And we're right at the edge, and I've already screened my Petrobond. Now, this is how I was originally showed how to do this before I decided I could make it better by watching another video from somebody that I didn't know and it didn't work. So this is what we're going to do this time, and it will either work or it won't work. We'll have to see. Now, once I'm up on top like this, it doesn't matter if it's really screened real fine or anything. It's just put it in there and get it smashed. Try that. Worst can happen is it won't work. Now, because this flask is so small, I'm going to use just a regular old ball peen hammer. I'm going to leave this in here until we get this all hammered flat, and then I'll pull the pipe and take that top flask off, and we'll do our vents and all that happy stuff on the other end. Hopefully I'm not getting too long-winded here on the video. I think this is going to make a much tighter Petrobond on here than with my roller, but I was showed how to do it with the roller, so that's what I started to do, and that's what I've been doing. Okay, I think what we're going to do here is this. Now we'll pull this out. Okay. And there's my roller. Let's do a little bit more. If I plug that hole, we'll just run that pipe back in it again and we'll be good. I'll try not to plug it. Okay. Ready, there's my pipe, here's my pipe. Okay, so what we'll do here, run that back in it just a little bit. There we go, right down in there. And that's all I'm going to show you for a while, then I'll separate here in just a second. Okay, I just separated the two. You can see where my pipe was here, and I'll continue to work on this just a little bit. If I get my head out of the camera. We'll just open him up just a little. Just a little bit. Oh, I like this little knife. That is great. That is great. Okay, now let's see what's going to happen here. Now this one here might cause me a little bit of grief because the letters are smaller and finer. But we'll try it. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. With these small letters, see what happened here? The Petrobond just went in all around the letters and stayed. And I was concerned of that, and so we'll put that away. And what we'll do here, we'll plug this hole, because there's no sense in wasting now this one should go relatively easy. And it did, except for the lower. Okay. I've got a similar problem on this lower. And I thought I had that all powdered really well, so we might have to do this again. Okay, this is what I planned on doing before I had that little file up there. Now I just got to pull the mold out, and we'll be good. Hopefully, cross your fingers. But I got my pores going to go in here, and you can see it's tapered around the edge, so I can have a little bit of spill and not a problem. And while I've been playing with Petrobond, I've had the foundry on, and as you can see, it's up to temp. That's what we look like inside, if I can grab that without getting burnt. Guess I could have turned the camera off, huh? But I didn't. So here we go. It's nice and hot in there as usual. Looks good. We're going to start putting aluminum in here in a second. Okay guys, we got everything lined up here. I just shot the temperature with this, and it was 646 centigrade, and now it's higher. We're really close. So I think we're going to do it. Probably would have done better if I'd hit the hole. Yeah. We'll see what happens. Okay, I'm going to see if I can get the rest of the aluminum out of the crucible. It's empty, but that's garbage that was left, so that's okay. Let's see what we can do here. That top part is really hot, where I missed. Poured one in there. This aluminum was 50-53 and 60-62, 60-61, 60-61. So this piece right here is what it would look like. It was nice and shiny, but we'll have to see here what we got. Because my other mold failed, so screw. Oh my goodness. It's not perfect. We had some malfunctions that wasn't a part of the pour. And this isn't cleaned up yet or ground or anything, but you should be able to see CNS mining on that pretty easy. So this one's kind of almost a success. Not quite, but almost. And this big chunk at the bottom is the sprue. And that's what I cut off, and that will go back in for a melt. So anyhow, all right, YouTube, here it is. It's not perfect by any means, but it's a lot better than the last one, huh? Not too bad. Got a few little errors in it. I mean, we just burned up this much Petrobond to do it, so anyhow, I like it. Thanks for watching another one. If you like this, give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe. Come back again, and they should keep getting better.